Hi Gandhi class, welcome to your fourth and final maths lesson for this week. And we are going to be finding a third. So our learning objective for today's lesson is, can I find a third? In today's lesson, we will be recapping our learning from year 2 so that we are able to find a third of a quantity and use my knowledge of division to explore finding a third with concrete resources and pictorial representations. But before we begin, please can you get your whiteboard out and answer these 4 questions below. Once you have answered the questions, press play and we will go through the answers. Okay, question number 1 says that you needed to order the numbers from smallest to greatest. So you needed to start with the number that had the least value, which is 25. You then needed to find the next number up, which is 52. Then you needed to find the next number up from that, which is 250. And finally, find the greatest number, which is 520. So please give yourself a tick if you got this order: 25, 52, 250, 520. Okay, question number 2 says, what is 10 more than 261? So you needed to do 261, add 10, which gives you 271. Give yourself a tick if you got that correct. Question number 3 says, what number is the arrow pointing to? And you've got a number line below. So you needed to have a look at the pattern that there was to find out what the next number would be. So we can see here that it is going up in jumps of 100. So you needed to add 100 to 450 to get 550. Give yourself a tick if you got that correct. And the last question says, how many minutes are in an hour? There are 60 minutes in an hour, so give yourself a tick if you got that correct. Okay, so we're going to use the counters to make 3 equal groups. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to have 3 circles and we're going to share the amount of counters we have into those 3 circles. But first, let's start by counting how many counters there are all together. So let's do this together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we can say that there are 12 counters all together. Now we need to put them into groups of 3. So I'm going to draw my first group there, my second group there, and my third group there. And then we're going to sort them into these 3 groups. Let me just move that quickly, lovely, and move the blue counters as well. Okay, so what we're going to do is share them equally between these 3 groups. So we're going to put 1 in each, one after the other. So here's our first one, and our second one, and our third one. And we're going to keep doing that until we've run out of counters. Okay, so how many counters do we have in each group? Pause the video and have a think. Well done, we have 4. So 1/3 of, what do you think is going to go in the blank here? Pause the video to have a think. Well done, it's going to be 12. 1/3 of 12 is, and what's going to go here? 4, well done. We can also write this by using the fraction like this. So 1/3 of 12 is 4. Okay, next one. So here we have Rosie, and she's organizing her teddy bears. She's going to donate a third of them to charity. How many bears does she have left? So what do you think we're going to need to do to answer this question? Pause the video to have a think. Well done. We're going to have to share these bears into 3 equal groups. So let's draw our groups again. 1, 2, 3. So there's our 3 equal groups. Now let's count to see how many bears she has. So count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so she's got 9 bears. Now what we're going to do is share them equally. Just as we did with the counters, we're going to do that with the bears. So we'll do one after the other until we've got no more bears left. Okay, so there are our bears shared. Now, we want to find out how many bears she has left after she's donated a third of them to charity. So, because she's donated a third, we are going to get rid of one of these circles. So she has donated this to charity. So she no longer has those bears. They're gone. Now we're looking at how many she has left. So we need to count how many bears there are left. Let's count them together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So how many bears does Rosie have left? Pause the video to have a think. Well done. She has got 6 bears left. So originally she had 9, but she donated a third of them to charity, which means she's been left with 6 bears. Okay, now let's have a go at working these out together. The first one says we need to find a third of 9, and we're going to use the bar model to help us do this. So on the top bar, we're going to put 9 because that's our whole. And we need to find a third of it. So we're going to share 9 out into 3 equal parts. Let's do that together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So how much do we have in each part? Pause the video to have a think. Well done. We have 3 in each part, which means a third of 9 is 3. Well done. Okay, let's have a go at doing this to find a third of 12. So again, in the top bar, our whole is going to be 12, and we're going to share 12 out equally between 3 groups. So let's do that together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So then we can see that there are 4 in each part, which means 1/3 of 12 is going to be 4. Well done. Okay, let's have a go at finding a third of 15. So what do you think we're going to put in our whole on our bar model? Well done, we're going to put 15. Now, what are we going to do next? Well done, we're going to share 15 out equally into 3 equal groups. So let's do that together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So how many is going to be in each part? Well done, it's going to be 5. And also, because we're only finding 1/3 of 15, it means we only care about one of these parts. So 1/3 of 15 is 5. Okay, let's have a go at 1/3 of 18. So what are we going to put in our hole on our bar model? Well done, we're going to put 18. Okay, and what are we going to do next? Well done, we're going to share 18 out. Okay, you ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. What are we going to put into each part? Pause the video to have a think. Well done. We're going to be putting 6 into each part. And because we're finding 1/3 of 18, we only care about one of the parts, which means our answer is 6. Okay, let's have a go at this one here. So 1/3 of 3. What are we going to put in our hole on our bar model? What do you think is going to go there? Well done. 3 is going to go there. And now what do we need to do? That's right, we need to share 3 between the 3 equal groups. So 1, 2, 3. So what are we going to be putting into each part? That's right, 1. So 1/3 of 3 is 1. Okay, and the last one, 1/3 of 24. So we're putting 24 into this part, into the hole. And then what are we going to do next? That's right, we're going to share 24 into 3 equal parts. So let's do that together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So what are we going to be putting into each part? Well done, we're going to be putting 8 into each part. So 1/3 of 24 is 8. Okay, let's have a go at this question here. So the astronaut has a piece of ribbon. Here's his ribbon. He cuts it into 3 equal parts. 1/3 of the ribbon is 4 centimeters long. How long will half of the ribbon be? What do you think we might need to do to answer this question? What I'd like for you to do now on your mini whiteboards is to have a go at answering this question, and then we're going to go through the answer together. So pause the video here to have a go at working out the answer to this question. Okay, so half of the ribbon is going to be 6 centimeters. Now, the way you would have worked this out is to find out the whole of the ribbon first. And if we know that 1/3 of it is 4 centimeters long, we just need to add that together 3 times. So 4 centimeters, add 4 centimeters, add 4 centimeters. That gives us the whole of 12 centimeters. Now, because we want to find what half the ribbon is, what you would need to do next is share 12 into 2 equal groups. You need to halve it. So half of 12 centimeters is 6 centimeters, which means the length of half of the ribbon is going to be 6 centimeters. Well done if you got that correct. Okay, now it's your turn. Please choose between activity 1, 2, or 3, and then you could challenge yourself further with the challenge questions. So here is activity number 1. You need to find a third of the ducks and complete the statement. So here are your ducks, and you need to find a third of them and then write the answer. Question number 2, you've got some footballs and you need to find a third of the footballs and then write your answer underneath, completing the statement here. So this is activity number 1. Here's activity number 2. You need to use the pictures to complete the statements. So you've got A, B, C, D, and E to complete, and you need to finish off the statements using the pictures to help you answer the question. Here's activity number 3. So you've got some worded problem questions here. For the first part, you've got the blue astronaut makes 33 pancakes. He wants to share them equally between 3 friends. He says each friend will get 10 pancakes because 10 is a third of 33. Is the astronaut correct? Explain your answer. So you need to tell me why he is correct or why he's incorrect. Remember to use that word because. So you must use that word because this is an explaining word. Then the next question says, the white astronaut makes 21 gingerbread men. She wants to share them equally between 3 friends. She says each friend will get 8 gingerbread men because 8 is 1/3 of 21. Is the astronaut correct? Explain your answer. So again, you're going to be using that word because to explain whether or not she is right or wrong. So this is activity number 3. And finally, the challenge. So complete the comparison sentence to make it true. A third of something is less than 7, and you need to list all the different possibilities that you can think of. The next one says, my total of a third of 24 is more than 3 times 3. Is Dom correct? Explain your answer. And then you can create your own. The next one says, I have a third of 36 pounds. And then Ben says, I have half of 20 pounds. Who has the most? And you need to explain how you know. And the last one says, Jess says to show a third, she needs to shade 3 rows. Is Jess correct? Prove it by shading. Please make sure you upload all of your work to Tapestry Gandhi class, and I will see you next time. Bye.